Hi guys, I'm Vajra, your Tantric sex coach, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about 3 myths about what a good sex looks like and feels like, okay? The first one is youth, that a woman needs to be young and you need to be young to have a good sex. That's the first myth. The second one is fitness. You have to be very fit to have good sex. And the third one is you need to be able to make big movements. And that's the third myth, because you can make small movements, and small movements are very, very important in sex. So the first myth is that a woman needs to be young for you to enjoy good sex. That's a myth, because older women have their magic. And that's a very different experience that is very tantric in a way, because you can go into different dimensions with a woman like that if you allow her to show up her magic. And even the famous book about masculinity, The Way of the Superior Man, David Data writes a chapter about it, exactly like this. Young woman will give you a very different energy, of course. It's very high libido, very high youthfulness, very sexual energy, okay? But if your partner is elderly, she also has a very different part of power, a different type of power that is magical. And Tantra is all about magic. And very often I experience that young women cannot go into that magic. They're not experienced, their libido is too high. Sex is much more about vitality and physicality. But energetic sex is something very different. It's a whole new dimension, and unfortunately many people don't even have a clue about it. So the first myth is that youthfulness is a requirement for good sex. It is not. So how can you allow women their magic? You need to learn some meditation, some energy practices, energy exchanges, some ritualistic understanding of what sex can be, a ritualistic understanding of life. You know, like we are too much in a rush, we are too much in a hurry, we are too much on the profane level. Tantra is a deeper thing. It's a spiritual and magical thing. So you need to allow it to happen. So you can play some games. You can play sensate focus, for example. For half an hour, there's no sex, there's no kissing, there's no genital touch. You can put on some candles, put on some nice music, and you just exchange energy with your hands. You know, all these things. And you keep that vibration into the sex as well. And if your partner is empowering herself into her Shaktihood, like her goddesshood, and energy perception and energy control, movement, playing with energy, then it's an amazing different story. And the second myth is fitness. Like, of course, you need to be fit. You need to be doing some sort of exercise to keep your blood flow in a good condition, right? Because in the end of the day, we guys, our erection is very much dependent on the blood flow to the penis. So you need to have good level of fitness. But fitness alone doesn't make a good sex. I even have some stories, like one of my friends, she, quite a sexy woman, she had a very, very fit husband. This guy is obsessive with sports, he's really muscular, he's really strong, you know, like a good shape, good physique. But she was coming to me and complaining that he's so hard that he just fucks her and she's not happy because she needs something else. She needs softness, she needs gentleness, she needs harmony and perceiving each other's moods, stuff like that. And in the end of the day, he was left by her. She just divorced him because she was not happy with the sex, although he was perfect, like a Greek god. So this is the second myth. You don't have to be fit. Fitness is good, but you don't have to have 6 packs to have tantric sex. And this insight is coming from another young woman that I met recently. And this is her profession. She's a dance teacher. And she's also teaching a lot of bodily awareness work. And she says she's not happy with the guys who have 6 packs, because a 6-pack guy is too tense in his belly. And he wants the guys to be able to soften and relax into the belly so that they can feel the energies inside, which she calls a belly ocean. Okay? A belly ocean is awareness work where you go into your belly and you feel what's going on inside, and you can relax it a lot. Because if you can't relax your belly, remember in tantric sex, you're gonna ejaculate very quickly. If you have too much tension in your genitals, in your pelvic floor, also in your chest, like overall tension, if it's too much, it will lead to quick ejaculation. Sometimes you need to squeeze some muscles, but also we need to be able to relax the overall tension, and belly is very, very important part of our body. And the third myth is big movements are better. That's not true. According to the Tao of Love, small movements are feminine and bigger movements are masculine. There's even a metaphor. Grammatic versus kilogrammic or tone. We want to make big movements with our body, okay? Huge movements, even in sports, like, give me this, I'll make a big movement. But femininity is about small, tiny movements. And this goes into the sexuality as well, of course. So when you're inside her, instead of making big movements all the time, sometimes is super good, it's pleasurable, but I would say more often than that, prefer small movements and tiny movements, sometimes not even moving. Because we have, our nervous system, our nerve endings are so on a microscopic level, right? Like they are so small. So if you move from 1 inch to another, there are hundreds of nerves being stimulated. So even with these very small movements, and it doesn't have to be about genital contact, it could be about, erogenous zones, kissing, caressing, holding her, massaging her. You don't have to make big movements all the time. Okay, sometimes it's good, but also involve tiny, small movements. In this video, I debunked 3 myths about what good sex is like. So I hope it has been useful. And if you think you enjoyed this video, like it and share it with some friends. If you want to work with me, go into the descriptions and click on the link to get an appointment with me for free. Or if you like reading books, you can read my book. Again, link is in the descriptions. So until next time, take care.